Hi everyone, welcome to the section on visualizing the nation. How does one go about giving a face to a nation? So the artists in the 18th and the 19th centuries have found a way out. By personifying a nation, we can give a face to a nation. Now what is personifying? Personifying comes from the word personification, which means we give a human quality to animals or objects. What is personification? Personification is a process through which you give a human quality to animals or objects. Here is an example. The stars winked at me. So it's a human quality that is winking is given to an object, that is star. So here we are giving it how to represent a country if it were a person. If a country is a person, how do we represent it? So the nations were then portrayed as female figures. How are they portrayed? Female figures. The female form was chosen to personify the nation that did not stand for any particular woman in real life. Rather, it sought to give an abstract idea about the nation in a concrete form. Thus, the female figure became an allegory of a nation. So, how do you give a face to a nation? The artists in the 18th and the 19th century decided that we'll go with personifying a nation. So they have identified nations. If it is a person, we will give it a female figure. So female figure started to represent a nation, and that process is later known as allegory of a nation. The national symbols of France, if you remember in the grade 9, where the symbols played an important role here for us, the French artists also used the female allegory to portray the ideas of liberty, justice, and republic. These ideals of liberty, justice, republic, equality were shown through specific subjects or symbols or objects. You can see here the symbols and the objects. As you remember, the red cap shows the liberty. The broken chain gives us the idea of justice, and blindfolded woman carrying the weighing scales is a symbol for justice. So like this, even in the French Revolution time, there were artists who used the female allegories to portray their ideas. In France, it was Christine Mariana, a popular Christian name which was underlined as the idea of people's nation. So her characteristics were drawn with those of liberty and republic. She wore a red cap, a tricolor flag, and a cockade. Now the statues of Marianne was created everywhere in the public squares to remind the public about the national symbol of unity, and also to convince them, to persuade them to identify with it. Not only this, they also made coins and stamps on her name. Germania became the allegory of German nation. In visual representation, she wears an oak leaves, as German oak stands for heroism. The oak leaves stand for heroism. Not only that, even they printed the coins and stamps on her name. You can see here the oak leaves. So let us check our understanding. What are allegories? How the allegories came into existence. Please make a note of the details. That's all we have in this section. Stay tuned. We'll catch you in the next section.